Hey, what's up, guys? So today we have a brand new plugin from Native Instruments, and it's actually a second edition plugin for a Play Series instrument, which I don't think has been done before. So this is interesting, a little bit of a change, and yeah, Glaze 2. So Glaze 1, or just Glaze, continuing the next-gen vocal instrument line. So this plugin is going to be geared towards pop and hip-hop vocal textures, featuring special chord presets for gleaming textures and pads. That's one of the things that's different about this plugin. There's actually preset chord patterns that you can play directly on your keyboard with Glaze 2. I don't believe this has been done for any Play Series instrument yet. And just like the copy says, it says unlock instant complex harmonies with over 30 custom chord sets and background vocals mapped to your keys. You get 150 presets with an extensive range of sound sources and custom Kontakt effects macros. So going down a little bit here, it talks about the chord progressions at the touch of a key. It says the follow-up to one of our most loved instruments, Glaze 2, brings vocal heat straight to your studio with bigger, bolder, stacked chords, pads, and leads. With even more voices and the slick sounds of the talkbox, it'll be your new go-to vocal instrument for everything from polished pop to edgy hip-hop. Laying down vocal harmonies is a piece of cake, giving your beats extra flair to set them apart. Get ready to play, twist, and tweak your way to unique vocal vibes that hit just right. Okay, so that's the overview of Glaze 2. Let's actually jump into Logic Pro and take a look at Glaze 2. Okay, so this is Glaze 2, and you can see right away, right off the bat, it is similar to all the other Play Series instruments in Native Instruments line. You have your A and B layers, and then along the bottom you have a knob for balance, cutoff, and then all the effects along the bottom as well. And this little dice to randomly just spin and get a set of random values for these encoders along the bottom. And then just like every other Play Series instrument, we have an effects page, we have a sequence page, and then finally a macros page. So I'm not going to go through all that, but what I want to do highlight is mostly this section right here, because this is brand new to the Play Series instruments. For the first time ever, Native Instruments has added chord sets to a Play Series instrument. And you can see because it's highlighted at the bottom octave of the playable range for this preset. And they're highlighted in this lighter color here. And this is a custom chord set. Now, just like I discussed in the overview, there's over 30 custom chord sets spread out across the different presets for Glaze 2, but you can play this octave range and get different chords. So that is super cool. I love that they've added that, and hopefully this is something that's going to be just standard format going forward for the Play Series instruments, because this makes it so much easier to get a harmonic structure going and really get an idea going with these Play Series instruments having built-in chord sets. So for this example idea, I named it Barn Burner because that's the preset I used from Glaze 2 to set the foundation for this idea. But you can see that I have these chords laid out and I'm playing them straight across. And then I've added different instances of Glaze 2 to fill out the other parts for my project. So I have shredded, which is like a nice distorted lead sound. Then going on to the next preset, there's a counter melody, which is more of like a vocal centric preset called Sweet Potato that I really like. And then finally, I have this fourth instance of Glaze 2, which is a bass preset, which is called Bass Head. And altogether, what this sounds like with my drums is this. So that is my idea that I started. The first thing that I made with Glaze 2, and I just love that I can add these chords in and create a harmonic foundation, getting my idea off the ground. Now moving over to a second project that I started with Glaze 2 called Moon Pie, named after one of the presets inside Glaze 2, which I actually ended up changing for this first instance of Glaze 2. I'm actually using Boolean. or Bouillon. I'm actually not sure how to say that, but that's the preset I ended up going for the lead part that started my idea for this. And this actually ended up being the idea that I created that I like most out of all the stuff I've created with Glaze 2 so far. It actually kind of came out sounding a little bit drill, but I used UJam's Void, which is actually a drum and bass plugin here. And yeah, just the way it came out with Glaze 2 just sounds really cool. It's kind of got like a nice, solid, aggressive tone. Definitely in that drill spirit. But the way it came out is just cool to me. So I'm going to go ahead and play this part. It's really simple. I just got 3 instances of Glaze. I got this like lead part here. And then I believe this is like, yep, Sweet Potato again. That's the vocal centric preset that I used on the last project as well that I really like. Just a nice vocal stab. And then of course we have Bass Head, which is probably my favorite bass preset inside of Glaze 2. You only get 3 bass presets, but Bass Head is the one that I've been going with most in most of my projects so far. So here's what it sounds like. This is Moon Pie. So that just to me, I love that how that sounded. It just came out really fluid, really cool. And even though I didn't use the chord set feature from it, it's still a really good idea. And if you wonder how I got this like stuttering effect inside the first part here, that was created actually using Logic's built-in remix effects here. So if I just start this from the beginning, you can see that I actually went in and automated the different parameters using remix effects. So that I learned to do that a while back, but that in itself just adds so much to your projects, automating different parameters like that. And I just use the stereo out to go in and automate recording what I'm doing with a plugin in touch mode inside of Logic. And you can see that I have this repeater rate, repeater mix, repeater on, gator rate, gator on and off. All of that got automated because I was just literally using my mouse to touch these different parameters and record the automation playback. And when you play the automation back, this is what you get. So super cool. I'm happy with how that turned out. But I actually ended up creating about 2 other ideas using Glaze 2. And I'll let those 2 ideas play out consecutively for the end of this video. But before I do that, if you're interested in this, I'm going to leave a link below where you can check out the landing page for Glaze 2. There has been a sale going on right now. If you get 3 of the Play Series instruments, you get all 3 of them for I think $59. So that's a pretty good deal if you've been meaning to add some from that series to fill in some gaps with your sounds. But this is a brand new one, and it's a really cool addition to the Glaze lineup. So check out Glaze 2 if you're interested, and here is the other 2 projects that I'll play out the end of this video with. All right, guys, peace.